guys, welcome back to our channel IELTS Winner. Hope you all are doing fine and staying safe. So today I'm going to tell you about some of the common mistakes that most of my students and I think most of the IELTS taking students make in their writing, especially essays, but it's also for general academic task 1. Okay, so these are the common errors that are being made by you. So watch the video till the end to know what are those mistakes and how you can avoid that. Okay, so before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel IELTS Winners and also to our new channel IELTS Practice World, where we are taking steps and initiatives to help you better if you are preparing on your own. So if you are doing self preparation, these videos, this channel will help you to do your task in time limit so that you know how it feels and how to complete your task under the time limit of 60 minutes or 30 minutes. So do subscribe and do the tasks that are being uploaded every day. One module is uploaded for you to do. So do subscribe to both our channels and click on that bell icon so that you are notified with the latest updates. Let's start the common mistakes that we make. So the first mistake that we do, many of my students make this. They write etc, that is etc. Okay, etc. So some of the major issues faced in today's world is poverty, pollution, employment, etc. No, do not do this. You are not allowed to write etc. Even you are not allowed to write etc, etra. When I tell my students do not write etc, what they do is in next essay they write full form etc, ect. No, even if you write full form, it's counted as wrong. So do not write etc. in your essays. Our essays are formal language, so we need to be very careful that whatever we are presenting is completely a formal language, very good presentation. It's not like messaging, etc. I am. So instead of writing am, many of us write m, I am. No, if you write M alone and remove that then they will also remove zero point 0.5 from your essay. So do not write short forms, do not write etc. Instead, you can write so on, or you can just write and. Okay, so some of the major issues faced in today's world are poverty, pollution, employment, and so on. Or you can write poverty, pollution, and employment. Okay, so no need to write etc. itself. Just write whatever you want to write by using the conjunction and. Okay, so first mistake, do not write etc. or short forms, messaging forms. The next mistake that most of us do is that in body paragraphs, I have seen many of us writing in body paragraph, especially for problems and solution, cause or effect questions. We put a question mark. So we have written the problems, and now in second paragraph, when we are going to write the solutions, we say, uh, so what can be done to reduce air pollution? And then you put a question mark. Why do you ask a question? This is asking you, the question is asking you what are the solution and the questions. So question should be answered. There should be not another question for another question. It's very confusing actually, right? So do not ask questions in your essays. Instead, you can use question phrases. That is, there is an argument that is presented as to what can be done to solve air pollution. Okay, so what can be done, what is the best method, why people are polluting the air. Okay, so we can use the question phrases, but we cannot use the punctuation marks question, and also you cannot use these exclamations. It is horrific exclamation. No, do not show your speaking way in your writing. As I said, it's formal, so keep it formal itself. Do not use question marks or exclamations. Just use the question phrases, as you can see the example here. So instead of saying what can be done to remove pollution and ask a question, no, just say there can be ways as to how people can reduce pollution. So how, why, which, you can write in these ways. The relative clauses of asking WH and how questions, you can include them. The clauses are included, but the punctuation, question mark and your exclamations are not allowed, so do not write them in your essay. Number 3, avoid double word writing. Mostly in task 1 of academic, many of the students write, uh, people increased more and more in the year 2005. The or in essay, many of us write, uh, more and more people are moving to urban areas, or higher and higher. Okay, so higher and higher the rate of buying house is higher and higher every year. So instead of writing these double words, higher and higher, more and more, better and better, instead of writing such kind of words, use some adjectives or the synonyms of such kind of words. So instead of saying more and more, you can say excessive, majority. Okay, you can use adjectives like significantly increased, or increases significantly, or regularly, constantly. You can use adjectives and synonyms instead of saying the words higher and higher, lower and lower, more and more. Okay, so try to avoid using double words, or actually these are um, what you can say, the translative language from our regional language we convert into our English, and then we write the same thing, more and more, better and better. So try to avoid using such repetitive words. Number 4, most common mistake I would say in IELTS is a subject verb agreement. Many of us are tensed when we are writing the essay, and hence this. So for this, first thing, do proofreading, and second three, understand what is subject verb agreement. Very essential for a good grammar accuracy band. So when your noun is singular, he, she, it, person, university, individual, so all these are singular noun. They are singular nouns. So when you get a singular noun, include s in your verb. He lives, he says. Okay, individual plays. Okay, individual plays, individual hires. You need to be very clear that when your subject, the noun, is singular, your verb will have s in it. On the other hand, if your subject, your noun, is plural, they, we, people, universities, individuals, persons, folks, when your noun is plural, there will be no s in your verb form. Okay, so you will not say people hates to sit at home, you will say people hate to sit at home. Okay, then so learn your subject verb agreement very clearly, and after writing just do a proofread, because sometimes whether we know it or not, in tension we just write s and move forward. So check it very clearly whether you have written it or not. Another grammar errors before moving, I would say that after subject verb agreement, also be clear about articles. Okay, where to put a, an, and the, where to put articles, which prepositions to use, and your punctuation. Okay, so grammar, the four main areas that you need to focus and avoid in your essays is your prepositions, your punctuation, your subject verb agreement, and your articles. Okay, so these things, you know the rules, but while writing you just miss it. So do proofreading to avoid such silly mistakes, I would say. Mistake number 5, do not include your opinion. Many of us include opinion in our body paragraphs. I think, okay, except in some of the double questions. Okay, in some double questions, that is how it changes, and what do you think it is, do you agree or not. So the second question in double part question, one of the questions may ask you for your opinion. So only for that double type of questions which is asking your opinion, you can include your opinion in body paragraph. But for rest of the essay types, do not include your opinion in the body paragraph. Do not write I believe or I think, in my view. Do not say, because in intro and conclusion you already have clearly mentioned your opinion. So why say same thing again and again? Just being repetitive is not liked by IELTS. So don't repeat yourself. Be clear. You have made your stand clear in intro and conclusion. You are going to say the same thing. So just write the exact points to elaborate or to live up to your stand. Okay, you can say that some people opine, think, present, okay, for discuss, other group of school think, or other group of people opine that. You can say in that way. Do not say your opinion. Next mistake that most of us make is sometimes we do contractions. Okay, we write contractions: don't, can't, didn't, won't, doesn't. You should avoid contractions in your formal letters, in your writing task 1 and in your essays. Only in general task 1 informal letters, when you are writing to your friends or family, you are allowed to write contractions. Otherwise in essays it is not at all allowed. It will get you less bans in your grammar accuracies. So never say can't, haven't, doesn't, won't, don't. Write the full form. It just takes a split second to write. So don't do your messaging lessons. Be clear, write clearly. People cannot move. A person does not need a qualification. Okay, people can't do anything, people haven't done anything. Do not say the contractions. Avoid contractions in your essays. Next is the mistake that we make is personal pronouns. After saying again and again to my students, still they keep using this we, our, your, mine. No, don't use pronouns. All the questions are on global perspective. They are asking for general ideas. So go for general. What an individual will do, you have to give a general idea of the topic. Do not say my friend, we should. Nowadays we are using a lots of plastic material, and hence our environment is getting destroyed. Do not say that. Say instead, nowadays people are using plastic and hence they are destroying them. Okay, use normal, use general adjective, general pronouns like people, students, folks, individuals, students, humans, okay, persons. You use normal general language instead of saying we, are, us, your, his, her. Even if you are giving example, for example, if a person, instead of saying for example, if a person is doing this, he can do this. Instead of saying, you can just say if an individual wants to do this, then they can do this. Okay, use pronouns instead of using his, her, we, our, us, your. So be very clear that you avoid personal pronouns. Next is again related to the last one only. Do not only think about my city, my country. The questions are on global perspective unless specifically said. If there is air pollution, it's for the whole world. If there is traffic jam, it is for whole world. Learning art in school, it's for the whole world. Giving your example specific to certain area, certain situation is fine. Give your ideas clearly. For example, it can be your city, your house, it's fine. But the whole, as a whole, the essay should be on a global perspective. Do not say that in my country air pollution increasing day by day and there is many problems for this. No, don't say that. Just say that today the world is facing many problems in air pollution and there can be many causes. Go for a global perspective. Do not go for personal perspective, that is your country alone or your city alone. Next mistake that you need to avoid is that not using phrases to start the paragraph. Again, many of the time in my videos, in my classes, free lectures, paid, everything I have clearly mentioned, and still people start your paragraphs by saying firstly, secondly, moreover, however. Stop starting your paragraphs with words or linkers. These are cliche, I would say. The examiner is fed up with on the one hand, on the other hand, or firstly, secondly, moreover, however, furthermore, the same words. Try to use phrases. I have listed many phrases on our channel. You can just go in the idiom and phrases playlist and check out those phrases, that how you should start your essays. If you are starting body paragraph 1, start with phrases to explain the first view in detail, to further explicating the second viewpoint. Okay, you can start like this, or you can say to start with, to begin with, but again it's very repeated. Or you can say one of the major issues faced by the world is, on the contrary, there are solutions to cover this. So you, instead of writing firstly, secondly, or such linkers, you use phrase to start being, to begin with. One of the major focus, on the contrary, on the conflicting side. Okay, uh, explaining further the first viewpoint, explaining the second viewpoint, something like that. You use phrases to start your paragraphs, whether it is body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, or conclusion. You need to start using phrases instead of linkers. So use more phrases. Last but not the least, not proofreading. This again, as I have mentioned in this video and all my videos, whenever you finish writing, please do proofreading. It will take 3 to 4 minutes to read your essay, but doing this will save your at least zero point 0.5 bands, because in hurry, as I said, there will be some silly mistakes. Missing a word out, is vanishing, r has vanished, comma is vanished, or some spelling mistake. We are writing but we missed the last letter. Okay, so these are some silly errors that we do when we are in hurry, or when we are tensed. So proofreading will ensure that we are not making such stupid mistakes and we correct them in time, so that we ensure we are sure that we will get that zero point 0.5 band also. So be very careful that you do proofread your writing after finishing it. Okay, so just leave yourself 5 minutes at the end and proofread, read properly to see whether my punctuations are right, whether my spellings are right, have I included. Read the statement and see if you're missing the silly connectors like is, are, was, were, to, etc. So ensure that you do all these things. So these are some common mistakes that people make, and you must make it 100% your job to remove it from your writing. This will surely give you one band boost, because these are some of the most common mistakes that every essay writer does. So do avoid it. Make a list. I would say just write down these 10 points in your list, and when you are writing your essay, just cross check it. After writing, cross check it. Have you done all these things? Have you avoided writing, etc.? Have you done the proofreading? Have you checked your subject verb agreement or punctuation? So in this way you will have the cross checking list, and you can check and ensure that you have done all the work correctly. Okay, so hope this will be helpful for you, and next time when you write, you avoid all these silly mistakes and get your desired band, just like many of the students done today with their result. 2 or 3 of my students have got 7.5 in writing and 8 in speaking, so it's a thrilling day for me. If you also want to join us, then just message me. I'll join you to our WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, or you can join the paid class starting next month. So hope you like the video and you will do what has been said to you, and please subscribe to both our channels so that you are doing not only learning but also self preparing in the best effective way. All the best.